Ooh, a little contact. Kenny Schrader got in the back of Michael Annett, got Michael sideways. Right in the middle of the straightaway. Kenny's going to try to take over that 4th position. Here's Frank Kimmel. He's also going to get by Michael Annett because Michael Annett, as we've talked about, doesn't have the fresh tires. Kenny and Frank, I think, do. So we'll see the pass here momentarily. Frank's going to get by him to move up into the top 5.
Matter of time for Frank Kimmel. Get by Michael Annett.
David, you've run Darlington. Now, obviously, Darlington next week is going to be a whole new racetrack with a new pavement. But this racetrack probably most closely resembles the old Darlington, but same kind of deal. Tire management is the key.
Mentally, it's just very, very tough because you know you've got a fast race car and you really want to go out and drive as hard as you can, but you just got to mentally sit back and take it easy. You know, the first 10 laps on a fuel run is probably the most important. If you take care of your tires that first few laps, you know, you just it'll pay off in the end.
The Austin Dillon right there, the 31 car, right behind that smoking car. That's Bobby Gerhardt. Looks like he may be headed towards the pits, but Austin Dillon was penalized for equipment leaving his pit on the most recent pit stop, so that's why he is back as far as he was. He had worked his way up into the top 10. Right now, Austin's being shown in about the 20th position, so he's making his way back towards the front, but very promising young grandson of Richard Childress.
Yeah, I've watched him race some dirt cars throughout the last couple of years. He won the, I guess, the Busch East race a couple of weeks ago, so he's been doing a great job. I get to see, you know, see his family in and around the garage. So I know he's got some good coaches down there on the pit box today.
I was talking to Richard on his way in this morning, and he said that Austin's younger brother Ty won his dirt track race last night. So he was in, and obviously Clint Boyer won last night at Richmond. So it's been a great weekend for Richard Childress Racing, and a nice top 10 finish here for Austin would really cap it off.
Yeah, and I think he can get the job done. Looks like Gerhardt's got some bad tire smoke or something there on the left front.
Yeah, a matter of time before something goes away on that.
Yeah, I'm sure the ARCA RE/MAX officials are going to be looking at that, Wendy.
Yeah, what Bobby Gerhardt is reporting right now that he feels it's a broken oil line. Didn't say anything about the tire, so right now he's just trying to get to pit road and not bring out a caution.
The smoke continues to roll as the officials continue to watch that 5 of Bobby Gerhardt going around the racetrack. They don't think it's a tire issue.
He would love to stay on the lead lap when the leader gets up to the 5 of Bobby Gerhardt, though that maybe force his hand a little bit. There's Joey Logano, the 25, going to go around the outside of Bobby Gerhardt.
Outside.
Joey's opened up about a 4-second lead on the 18, the second place car of Billy Leslie.
Looks like we got a car stopping there coming out of turn 2, so that might be a caution that Gerhardt's looking for.
Slow car coming out of turn number 2. Doesn't look like he's going to make it all the way back to pit road, but still no caution as of yet.
You know, it's amazing. You thought maybe Bobby Gerhardt might be in a position for the Aaron's lucky dog if the caution come out. I'm telling you, Joey Logano has passed 10 cars since he passed the 5 of Bobby Gerhardt.
Here's that slow car on the backstretch. Still no caution has come out. He's not in the line, but it just doesn't look like.
I wouldn't be there if I was him.
Yeah, he needs to get down on the apron, but I'm sure that's what Gerhardt's looking for. He's looking for something like that where he can come in and work on that car, you know, at the same time Joey Logano's taking some lap down.
So Tim Mitchell, and I'm not sure why, he's running right up next to that white line, which is the preferred line around this racetrack at times.
Yeah, I would call Tim Mitchell being in harm's way right there.
He's able to get it fired back up and is moving along on the apron. It looked as though he was out of power for quite some time, and now he's going to come on the racetrack.
Maybe he had an ignition problem or something, switched boxes and got it fired back up. Oh, now we've got a spin
now coming off turn number 4.
Of Donnie Kelly gets turned around, and our 5th caution of the day comes out. Well, it didn't help out Gerhardt, though, because, as you mentioned, Joey Logano was able to pass other cars.
At least if Bobby would have come down pit road, he would have lost at least 1, if not 2 more laps. So he will only be 1 lap down, and then he'll be in position later on possibly to get the Aaron's lucky dog.
And that's Donnie Kelly in the 23.
It's going to be interesting to see if Michael Annett and Justin Allgaier and maybe even Ricky Stenhouse decide to put tires on now. Michael Annett has stated.
Loose coming off. car's here, buddy.
Two tires! Forget that! Two tires! Never mind, change it now! Change it!
Again, that's Donnie Kelly on pit road right now. He is the reason for our most recent caution when it came out on lap 85. Still in front of the field, Joey Logano has been setting a blistering pace at the Rock.
4,500.
You know, Michael Annett and Justin Allgaier both have stayed up in the top 10, as well as Ricky Stenhouse. So they've done a good job on their old tires.
Yeah, I think that was a smart move, and you'll be able to get a good feel on how your balance is going to go from, you know, early on a set of tires to late. So I think that was a great call by the 99 team.
Billy Leslie second. Then it's Matt Carter, Ken Schrader, and Matt Hawkins rounding out our top 5. Close calls all day for Joey Logano. Tonight on Wind Tunnel, you can be a part of all the top stories in motorsports, whether you want to argue, agree, or just share your opinion. Give Dave a call, email, and let Dave know how you really feel. Wind Tunnel with Dave with Spain tonight, live 9 Eastern. Guests Frank Kimmel will be on the show with Roger Edmondson.
Yeah, he can talk about his new sponsor that he's going to have with Ford Drive.
And about driving at the Rock.
And driving at the Rock.
Jim Trado.
Well, guys, I'm just monitoring the Ricky Stenhouse pit. They did come down for 4 tires. The discussion before pitting was with the spotter, Eric Peterson, and his second spotter for this team. Ricky Stenhouse used to race for Tony Stewart. Stewart's on the stand up there spotting for the team. The discussion was between the crew chief and Tony Stewart about what tire pressure change. They said, let's take 1 pound out of the left side. The car's a bit tight in the center, loose off. So Stewart making the call to make the tire pressure change to get Ricky Stenhouse and this Roush Fenway racing team up to speed. Wendy?
Veteran driver Bobby Gerhardt, who has never raced at Rockingham, is on pit road and on the jack because he has a loose oil line. They're going to add some oil to it. There was oil all over the hood and the windshield of the car. They wiped it down. Bobby Gerhardt, 10th in points coming into the Rockingham event. His concern before the start of the race was the economic status costing so much for the weekend. This is really going to cost Bobby Gerhardt now as we go green.
Good jump again by Joey Logano. Billy Leslie continues to run second in that 18 car. There's Matt Carter, the green and white car. That's the 46. He's running third. Kenny Schrader now up to the 4th spot.
3 different lines we saw the cars go through turn number 3 and 4.
Well, that was out of 4 cars.
Yeah. Billy Leslie staying right in the tire tracks of Joey Logano. We see Matt Carter running up higher on the racetrack. And then hugging that white line was Ken Schrader.
Yeah, I think you have to make your car work on the bottom of the racetrack here, and then you can move around. You can move around like Matt Carter does. You see Billy Leslie a little bit more in the middle of the racetrack, but you have to have that car working on the bottom at some point.
Matt Hawkins rounding out our top 5 at 39.
Frank Kimmel just able to get by the 28 of Michael Annett to take over the 6th position.
Wow, look at the run Schrader's got. He moves into the 2nd spot there.
That was Matt Carter in that 46 car.
That's right.
Billy Leslie's going to fight back on the outside, though.
Ken Schrader's got a front row seat to the battle for second just in front of him.
Billy was able to get back by him on the outside, looking all the way up to the top of the racetrack. Look at Schrader on the bottom.
Here's that run you were talking about, David. Ken Schrader really able to hug that white line, but then the momentum carries the other 2 cars past him as they come out of the turn. Jim Trado.
Hey guys, Ken Schrader did come down and pit when the majority of the teams came down and pitted. I checked with his crew chief, Donnie Richardson, who has won here twice as a crew member. And Schrader, my goodness, he has 39 Cup starts and 12 Nationwide Series starts here. He's also got a pole, so all those stats aside, he does have the most experience. They don't seem to be too concerned about tire wear. I said, how the tires look? He said, they're okay. Donnie Richardson also said, because of the experience they have, and they looked at the racetrack, he said the tire issues should lessen because of this hot weather, and the rubber down on the racetrack has eliminated a lot of that instant wear on the tires.
And of those 51 starts, no wins for Ken Schrader at the Rock.
He'd like to change that today, but you see the 39 right there. Matt Hawkins has caught this group. They were battling extremely hard for the 2nd position, and allowed 39 of Matt Hawkins to catch up.
He's just been kind of sitting back, taking care of his tires. Looks like a spin on the racetrack caution.
Another caution coming out. This one the 6th. We haven't reached the 100 lap mark as the 14 did get turned around. Ted Bayaval Olszewski. There's no vowels in the middle between O and I for Ted's last name. But he gets turned around, bringing out our 6th caution of the day.
That's another one of the cars out of the Andy Belmont stable. Teammate to Tom Hessert III, driving that one car. Tom's on the lead lap right now, running in the 13th spot. His father raced here back in the old Busch Series.
Really?
Sure did.
We heard earlier from Bobby Gerhardt's team, and Wendy was talking about oil underneath the hood, inside the engine compartment. Obviously, oil had to get on the racetrack, too, so that may have been a factor here with Ted getting turned around on the track.
Matt Carter, Stein seat on board. Matt being shown in the 3rd spot right now.
Again, this being the 6th caution, another Aaron's Lucky Dog will be handed out. This time it's Patrick Shelter. A lot of damage to that car.
Yeah, that was that earlier incident coming off turn number 2, and he's fought hard. He's made a number of pit stops to do the repairs and able to get the Aaron's Lucky Dog. So Patrick Shelter now will join the other 21 cars on the lead lap.
22 cars on the lead lap. Is that Ricky Stenhouse Jr. that scored all the way back there in 18th?
Yeah, I thought with the new tires maybe he would have had a little more speed there at the get-go, but maybe they've got a little different setup and it takes a few laps for him to come in.
Michael Annett currently in the 8th spot. Wendy Benarini.
Yeah, Michael Annett desperately wants some tires, and we thought they would be coming in on this current caution. Well, crew chief is making that call by following the 25 of Joey Logano. When they saw the 25 stay out, they said stay out. So Michael Annett is not going to get the tires he's requesting right now, but keep in mind the 28 and the 25 are on 2 different lap times, 2 different laps from when they got their tires. The 25 of Joey Logano took tires at lap 49, while the 28 of Michael Annett has not had tires since lap 13.
Quite a bit different.
Well, he's definitely won tires. There's no question about that.
And that whining that you talked about earlier as far as the drivers wanting those tires, I'm guessing Michael Annett right now is going, come on, would you let me come in and get tires?
Please give me tires.
Somebody help me out here. Tires are critical at the Rock. We'll be right back.